Okay, so I wanted to make a quick video of these circuit analysis ones just to take you kind of through how you can do the steps. This is a combination circuit, which means that we have some resistors in series, but we also have other resistors in parallel. So we kind of have to go through a similar format for that in order to be able to find out what our initial current is, like right up here at this point, sort of thing. If we were to put an ammeter sort of right here, in order to figure out, well, what's the current at that point, then we need to do some work with the resistors. And the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna look at the equivalent resistance across the parallel. So the way I'm gonna represent that is I'm gonna say for parallel, which are these two right here, okay? I'm looking for the resistance parallel, okay? And in order to do that, I need to use my rule, which is 1 over resistance parallel here, or 1 over the equivalent resistance is what we did in class as well, is gonna be the inverse of resistance 2 and added to the inverse of resistance 3. So if I do that, I see that it's 1 over 12 and 1 over 3. And if I were to change 1 over 3 to a fraction over 12, I could basically multiply 4 here and I would get 4 twelfths, which basically equals 5 twelfths. So that's the equivalent of the inverse of my equivalent of my parallel. And so now I have to take the inverse of that. And when I flip it over, I get 12 fifths sort of thing, or it's gonna be 2 and 2 fifths, or 2.4, and that's in ohms. So that basically becomes what these things collectively are if we were to put them all together. So I'm gonna redraw this circuit here where I have my, my source here, and then I have this 8 ohm resistor. And then what I'm gonna do here is instead of drawing parallel, I'm gonna draw the equivalent resistance here. So this one here is 2.4 ohms. And so that kind of what it looks like, because this here is the equivalent resistance of the two parallel paths. So now that I have that, I can kind of look at this and I can look at the total resistance in my entire circuit, okay? You can only really do total resistance once you have it in a series, and total resistance is just adding up all of the resistances together. So it's 8 ohms plus 2.4 ohms sort of thing. And so my total resistance is gonna be 10.4 ohms sort of thing. So I have my 10.4 ohms, and that's gonna be my total resistance here for this circuit. Okay, so if I know that my resistance total is 10.4 ohms, right here for my work here, then what I can do now is I can use that to find a whole bunch of other information. So one of the pieces of information I can find right here at this is I can find out my source current. And so my source current is gonna be my potential or my voltage over resistance, and that comes from Ohm's law. So if I do 120 divided by 10.4 sort of thing, then I can find that value out, and that's gonna be my sort of starting current. And that's an important thing because current, as you know, is gonna be sort of the same in all of these portions here until it gets to the junction, and then it'll change slightly. Okay, so let me just, a calculator here. Okay, so I'm gonna do 120 divided by 10.4. So I get 11.5, blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna go 11.5 for that, and I'm gonna keep it. So that's 11.5 amps for the starting current. So basically, if I was thinking about my current here, everywhere along this strand right here, all the way to this junction, and everything along this strand, all the way to this junction, is gonna be the same current. It's gonna be the 11.5 amps of current all the way. Where it changes is where we have this junction where it can go this way or this way. And these two things here, the current in both of these, are gonna add up to 11.5 as well. It's kind of dividing up, right? And like our example in class, if these were, 11.5 kids, that's not great, but if some of them went this way, some of them went this way, they're gonna meet up again when they leave the junction here. And I'm sort of going in the direction of the electrons here. That's why I'm drawing the arrows this way. And you can kind of see arrows that are going the opposite direction here, which just represents the conventional current. The beauty about these sort of strategies is it doesn't really matter which direction you go. Ultimately, it'll be the same thing. Okay, so I need a couple of other pieces of information before I can figure out how the current splits. One of them is right here. And I have my I and I have my R, but I don't have my V. So my V equals IR, that's Ohm's law. So it's gonna be my 11.5 multiplied by the resistance. So my voltage right here is 92 volts, okay? And the way that voltage works is that it's kind of dishing it out, right? It's like the cash at the fair. So if someone left here with 120 volts and $120 sort of thing, and they went to this first ride here and they spent 92, well, what's gonna be left? Well, 120 minus 92 sort of thing, so that's gonna be 28. So I have 28 volts left to kind of use. And the only other ride I'm gonna go to is this one right here. So I know that this voltage on V2 is gonna be 28 volts. And this one also is gonna be 28 volts because the way that I can take my path, I can either go here and I can spend $92 and then $28, and now I've used up my entire $120, or I can go this longer path and same thing. So the voltage in terms of Kirchhoff's voltage law, that's what Kirchhoff voltage law, and this is Kirchhoff's voltage law, that I know that those ones there are gonna be 28 volts. If I know these are 28 volts, and I look at the resistance, I can once again calculate current by saying current is V over R, and current is V over R. So I can find my current on both of these. This is current 2 and current 3. So I can do that by going 28 divided by 3 on this one, which is 9.3. And this one here will be 28 divided by 12. And that's 2.3 amps and amps here. And I can do a quick check. Like I can add these up, right? This is 2.3 here. So if I go 2.3 plus 9.3, it equals 11.6. Now it should equal 11.5, but I mean, because of rounding and stuff like that, we're close. So I'm gonna keep it how it is. This might be 11.6 potentially, you know, it's fine. So what I'm looking for, did I get everything? So over here I have IVR, I have IVR, I have IVR, I have IVR. So this one is now done. But the key to this whole thing was figuring out the equivalent resistance at the start. You can't do it without doing that first. Okay, so I hope that helps out. Try the other two. There's two more puzzles down below. I'm gonna write in the final values here for an answer key and just check your answers with those and see how you do.